Okay, we'll wait. See if anybody catches me up here. Oh, so the grid man, yeah. I guess I must be alive, huh? Yeah, I'm still alive. Yes, I am. I'm still alive for now. How long will any of us be alive if we don't stand up and wake up, huh? We just can't wake up and see the coffee. We can't just wake up, right? Can't smell what's going on around you. Can't pay attention and see all the BS that's being laid out in front of everybody. I find it funny how they've never isolated this invisible bug, not once. But yet they're making a vaccination for something they never isolated. How do you do that? Yeah, that's right, because it's fraudulent. The entire damn thing is. The entire thing is all fraudulent. It's complete hogwash. I don't know what to tell you other than that's what it is. We got one of the world's biggest stage shows playing on our face right now. The world's biggest psyop. All for a bunch of psychopaths who think they need to own and control the world, including every human being on it. But look at the system we're living in. We're living in tyranny. We always have been. Most people don't realize that. Yeah, well, this information's been out here for a long time. I guess there's just maybe a I mean, little fiber of a chance. Only because, I was in the doctor the other day and went in there and they put a heart monitor on me for 24 hours. And the gal that was putting it on me, I got talking to her because, everywhere I go, I mean, you people don't understand how I really am. That what you see me talk about online, I also talk about in public. I sure do. I always have. And I was sitting there at the doctor's office, and I go back there, and they're putting the heart monitor, setting me up with the heart monitor. And I proceeded to talk to the gal, and proceeded to tell her what blah blah blah. I just said a few things to her, and she says to me, "Yeah, there's something not right about this." And I says, "Well, the first red flag should have been when you guys were laying people off, and the clinics were dead, and the hospitals were dead, and that was all over the world." And she says, "Yeah, I know." She says, "I was looking into that because there was something not right about it." And she says, "You're right. We even let people go here. They've let people go across the United States." And I said, "Yep, I know." In the middle of a what? You mean when, if it was real, the hospitals and clinics would have been overrun, okay? But because they were all dead, then they used the lame excuse of, well, people are too scared to go. BS. If it was really going on, people would have been freaking in them clinics and at the hospital left and right. They'd have been overrun, just like what they tried to tell you they was when they wasn't. Okay? And I don't know how much you put this truth in people's face and they don't want to see it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, in this fraudulent test. Okay? I mean, Kerry Mullen, the guy that created the test, got an award for it back in 1981. And I mean, he openly said it that this test could never be used to diagnose a virus or a pathogen, that it would give false negatives and positives because it's not designed for that. And so, what are they using now that he's dead? Ah, the test that he said couldn't be used for it. That's right. Really, what it does is a test for a genome that's linked to your immune system that everybody has in their body. So, really, what they're doing is they're testing to see if you're human. Oh no, they're a human. Oh, we better lock you down for 14 days. You're a human. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. It's sick. It really is. But what can I do, man? I'm just one person. But I go on doing what I'm doing until I'm not here no more. Yep. One day I won't be here no more, and that'll be fine with me. I'd rather go to the other side when I live in a world full of. I mean, I swear to God, the zombie apocalypse is quite real. Everywhere you look, I mean, people are just freaking complete zombies. They're throwing a diaper on their face that ain't protecting them from nothing. From nothing! They're following the orders just like, I mean, oh my God. Well, they said we gotta do it, so I guess I gotta do it. Oh, yeah, okay. So if they told you to bend over and stick a 2x4 up, or you know what, would you do it? I'm sure you probably would, right? This is just insanity, man. We live in a freaking very, very sick world with a bunch of cowards, man. Don't even go there and tell me you live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. No, you don't. You live in the land of the enslaved and the home of the cowards. And that's no lie. That's where you live. Oh, what do we got here? Hold on, guys. So anyhow, that's where we live. We live in the land of the enslaved and the home of the cowards. Because that's really where we live. Because that's really where we're at. When you look at the reality, then you get these reports coming out from the World Health Organization. Who, uh huh, saying that lockdowns ain't good. Blah 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 blah. You mean after you've shut down the world's economy and costed so many people jobs it isn't even funny. And let's look at the reality, man. Because we've got a system that's been set up to that we're all competing against each other. And there ain't nothing normal about competing against each other whatsoever. Not at all. Well, what time? What timing this is, I go live and I don't do that very often, and I'm receiving texts here. Okay. Now it goes. I don't do live streams very much at all. Just only when I feel like it. But just as I get up here, this goes on. It makes sense, You know how it is when it rains, it pours. It's one of them things. Not much I can do about that, but you got to think about this in reality. See, we don't belong competing against each other to begin with. See, this system was deliberately set up to divide us all, to destroy society, okay, and to get us all competing against each other for everything. For everything. The entire system was set up that way. It's pretty messed up. Oh, God. Hold on here. Why does this make sense? It really does make sense. Maybe I should have waited on this, huh? But anyhow, too late. I'm already live. So too late. The most that could happen is I end up having to cut it short, but I hope not. But we'll see. It's not a good thing. I mean, we don't belong competing against each other. Think about it. Everything in society. Okay, everything in society. You get a job, you're competing against each other, you're stepping on each other's face, you're kicking each other while each other's down to get ahead of somebody else. That's what you're doing. So you're really kicking each other, while we're all down. You're competing for everything, including what? The dating scene? Yeah, exactly. That's where it comes from. So here we are competing against each other. You know what competition against each other does? It makes us hate one another. That's right. It makes for jealousy. It makes for hatred. Then just look at the monetary system, your money, your tool. That was also used to divide us all. See, we can have people that have trillions of dollars, billions of dollars. We got all these filthy rich people, right? Meanwhile, you got people living on the streets because they can't afford to pay the rent. That's right. Meanwhile, you got people going hungry. Meanwhile, there you go. The cremation of care. Nobody cares, right? And the reason I stuck up the two-parter with Mark Passio is because, I never knew who Mark Passio was. He came on scene about the same time I did. Never even knew who he was. I've only known about Mark Passio for about 3 years now. Yeah, seriously, for only about 3 years. And when I ran onto him and I seen these two podcasts, or, these two seminars, whatever you want to call them, that he had posted up, everything pretty much he said, well, I'd already been telling people. I'd said it over and over. When I first linked the dating arena to NWO, I was caught a nut. I was told that I was full of it. That they don't have anything to do with the dating scene, even though it's the core of NWO. It sure is. Because it breaks up the family unit, divides men and women, and pits men against men. That's right. Women against men. That's right. It really does. And all you got to do is look at the manosphere, and you can see that playing out right in your face. We're all against each other. You can't even get the manosphere to stand together. So now why would I care anymore than fucking trying to help a bunch of idiots? You can't fix stupid. I gave people the best advice that they could find online. No lie. I told you the real truth. But you didn't want to hear the truth. That's what's going on there. Oh, no. That couldn't be the truth. That's not what my TV told me. Yeah, that's right. That's what that comes down to, even though it is the truth. Well, but my TV didn't tell me that. Yep, of course. Shut that damn thing off and throw it away. I haven't watched a television set in years. What for? It was never for entertainment, just like sports. The very first arena was open to get. Oh, it's for your entertainment. No, it wasn't. And neither was that television set. It wasn't for entertainment. It was for their plans. It was used as a weapon. This is what sick people do. They use everything they can as a weapon against other people for their own selfishness. And then, of course, the complete loss of care. And until the genders can reach around their backside and pull their head back out of their behinds and take their head to the car wash and spray all the crap out of their ears, and then give your brain a good flushing to get the crap out of it, and realize reality is we don't belong where we're at. We never did. It's not in a woman's nature, no more than it's in a man's nature. This using, well, it's in the woman's nature is a complete crock of crap. It's all social engineering, every last bit of it. It's all brainwashing. Well, they brainwashed me. Oh, yeah, they did. From the day you were brought home from the hospital as a brand new infant. everything you learned was pretty much a lie. You know, those men hating on each other because you're competing for a woman? Well, why do you think you hate each other? Because you're competing. It's competition. It's sport. It's an arena. No, it isn't. Never has been. It's not a competition. It's not an arena. We don't belong competing against each other. No. And women don't belong competing against women for their 20%. Every last bit of it is off the grid's correct. Every last bit of this is. It's complete nonsense. But as long as you keep doing what you're doing, then there will be no resolving this. You cannot fix it by using what destroyed it. You know, I told people for a long time wording. Yeah, wording. Very important. Unfortunately, you know, when I said this, and I said this, and I don't know what to do other than tell you what it is. You know, the truth is the fact of we're not going to change our own behaviors on an individual basis and get over your hatred towards other men, get over your hatred towards women. And the same goes for the women. If you cannot do these things, you've lost. You know, and I've witnessed enough to know that, you know, even when I walked away from doing the Saturday Night Live, what for? Nobody ever took anything I said serious. First time somebody else come along and you thought you'd like better, you'd run off and go over to them, even though they were speaking BS. It's all, but they were matching what my television said. Yeah, I'm sure they was. They kept the problem that was created alive and well, all healthy for you. You know, you got to start caring about the real truth and wanting what's right. And if you can't do that, then you've lost and you're dragging everybody else down with you. And that's exactly what we see going on in society, man. And your time's running out, you know. Why people are still worried about getting something in their life when you don't even know what the hell you're doing? Oh, yeah, we do know what we're doing. No, you don't. None of you do. There ain't very many people left in today's society that actually knows what they're doing. What they know came from their television set. What everybody else parroted. And nobody has time to look into stuff. Oh, no, I wouldn't want to look at that. It might hurt my little feelers. Somebody might tell me the truth, then I'll hurt my feelers. Yeah, tough shit if it hurts your feelers. I don't care if it hurts your feelers. I just don't care if it hurts your feelers. Because it doesn't change the fact that it's still truth. Never has and never will. And running and going to somewhere because, oh, they spoke out and they did better and they're matching what we're talking about, you know, chasing symptoms. You know, that's what I see in the manosphere. I see people running around chasing symptom after symptom after symptom after symptom. Nobody ever looks for the cause. And then if they did look for the cause, they don't go after the cause. They don't expose the cause. Well, then that means I'd have to speak up and say something. Yeah, it does, don't it? You know, and as much as I hate to say that when I see religious, okay? Religion is division. I'm not saying we don't have a creator, but I'm telling you they've used your good book as a weapon. There's a reason it matches what's going on in today's society because it's been a long-term plan by the bankers, and they just happen to have control of everything. Why do you think there was suddenly a New Testament? Yeah. Because they wrote down what they wanted in allegory, and they wrote it down and pushed it in there and said, this is your belief system, this is your belief system, you know. It's like the fourth industrial revolution, which is what they're bringing in. And I think to myself, the fourth industrial revolution, so what, we've had a third that we're in right now, that you know, the only thing, everything you know in your life comes from the third industrial revolution. And before that was a second, then a first. Because I really don't think we went from just that this is the fourth industrial revolution for no reason. So, in my opinion, we've had three other industrial revolutions. And each time they give you an industrial revolution, they change everything in society and everybody's belief systems. Well, that's not possible. Yeah, it is. All they got to do is kill off a massive number of people and leave so many alive. And within 50, 60, 70 years from that time, the people that survived it will be too old, blah, blah, blah. They'll die off. And anybody born after that or brought in after that, everything they learn would be propaganda. It would be to shape your perceptions, your belief system, to have you believe in complete hogwash. And that's exactly what I mean, this is exactly where we come from, because the reality is, when I look around me, we've all been lied to our whole lives. We sure have. And the majority of people can't see it, and they just go right along with everything they were taught, even if it was complete lies. Just like the gender roles. Gender roles isn't in nobody's DNA. It's not biological. It's not DNA. Gender roles was given to you. We're in the position we're in and the shape we're in because of. Okay, and that's where it comes from. Because of. I wished I could change it, but I can't change it. I'm not the one that done this. And the only way we can stop what's going on is for people to see what's going on and start standing together and stop fighting one another. What good does it do you to get somebody in your life when you don't even know what you're doing, and neither one of you genders, doesn't matter what it is, a woman or a man, you don't know what you're doing. So what good is it going to do you? Oh, that's right, you might be able to spread your seed. And well, yeah, there you go. So you have another kid that don't got a dad in their life. It's sad. Okay, guys, hold on. No. Okay. We'll do that. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, I guess this is going to be a short live stream. Looks like I got to go. I'll see if I get time. I'll come back up again later on. I really had a lot I wanted to say. But you know how it is. When it rains, it pours. So I'll see if I can't get back up here in a couple hours. If not, I'll be back up here tomorrow morning or something, okay? Hate to do it, but I got to run. See, this is what happens. I started the live stream. Everything's fine. I should have plenty of time. But as you can tell, I started getting texts right away and stuff come up. So I've got to go. And I will.